Hey, hello Anmol, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, hi.
Hi, how are you, Alok?
Uh, how are you today?
All well, thank you. Doing good. Excited for the webinar.
Yeah, even I am excited. Like we got close to 4,300 registrations.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, let's see how many attend, but so
Amazing. That's fantastic.
so far numbers look good.
Super, super.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward. I've
yeah.
got the questionnaire Rahul sent me, so I'll go in the flow.
Oh, that's great. So everything is set?
Oh,
Okay, let's wait till 5 then. We have already 230 participants waiting.
okay.
Alok has joined us.
Super.
Hi, Anmol.
Hey, hi, Alok.
I'm also joined by Vaidik.
Hmm.
Perfect. Should be busy days. Hello, Anmol. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Tell me, Alok.
Okay. No, I'm saying should have been hectic time for you. Quarter end and a lot of things lined up.
Sorry. Oh,
Okay, 1 second. Okay. So I was saying, एक मिनट देखो क्या, please. Let me just get my internet
no,
connectivity
you're audible. You're
adjust.
audible now. All good.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. Now I was saying should be a very hectic week ahead now, given that we are at
नहीं
end of.
No, no, all good. People, production तो सब देख रहे हैं. My job is getting orders, get the factory filled.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we are now taking order bookings starting December 20th. We're
What are
packed
you
till
saying?
December 20th, December 25th. In our business, that's like very, very good. Unheard of. Three
Touch wood.
months advance booking all done. Factories at peak capacity, outsource kar rahe hai, like lot of stuff's happening. I think after two
So,
years
so
we are
this,
outsourcing again some
yeah.
peak production time and it's exciting. Busy now, focusing this week actually a little bit more on Origin. Get the ball rolling. I think
Yeah.
for the Bali we want to get Bohivali store open.
Okay.
Okay. At
Yeah,
least
yeah.
two stores, try and get it open before the Bali.
By when can we expect that? First or second week of October?
No. It'll be end 20th to 25th. It'll be right before the Bali. So push. We're trying.
Okay.
I think fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. November,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are slated to open
No, no.
three
So we are,
stores. Yes.
yeah. Wow. No, so happy to hear that you're full till capacity till December.
It's, it's gone.
That's a great news.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Touch wood.
I think your stock price is also reflecting that
Yes.
optimism
It's
in
all joint
business.
efforts. It's joint efforts. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now we need to execute it.
No, no, true. So,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, I think given the track record of being into this business, is going to be more easier uh, in terms of execution.
For
Yeah. Okay. Given that, you've been through good and bad days of the industry and that you have a promising business here,
right.
I'm sure you will kind of are all geared up to kind of meet up to those demands.
No, 100%. It's a It's just getting the right management in place, and the right managers also empowered to take decisions, get things out, push production wherever needed. So
Yeah.
the execution, I'm confident. Oh, we have never failed a delivery at Goldiam. We won't let anything fail us in terms of, at least if nothing else, quality or delivery. Never happen.
Sure. That sounds great. I mean, so we'll start this session in 2 minutes or so. Arpit, should that be fine?
Yeah, yeah.
So we have
Yeah.
close to 450 plus people waiting in the window.
Yeah.
So the moment we kind of get them in, we'll start.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, perfect. Uh, we can wait for a minute or so, Arpit.
Yeah.
How
We
do we
should
go ahead?
start. We should start. All the best, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should
Yeah.
start. I'm
Sure.
starting the
Yeah.
webinar.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Going live in 1, 2, 3.
आपका कैमरा चल रहा है ना कैमरा ऑन रखना पड़ेगा हाँ अभी मत करो
Arpit and Sandeep, would you request you to be on mute, please? Anmol, can we start this session, please?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. Thanks. Dear all, good evening and a warm welcome to the first in its kind of a session that we at Monarch Networth are kickstarting with. The session also is a company that we've known for the longest period of time, the management that we hold in terms of our understanding and relationship. We have with us the managing director of Goldiam International, Anmol Bansali, on this call. Anmol, someone that we have known for a good time now, has been into this business for 6 years and is kind of seen through this diamond industry very closely. He's developed significant expertise in aspects of business, including diamond manufacturing, trading, and export jewelry. Well, I would have really liked to dwell into this business model at length and tell you our thesis on the stock, and something that what we have always been excited about. I would rather request Anmol to do the talking part, introduce us to the business, take us through the journey of what has been through for Goldiam over the last 2-3 decades and what lies ahead as a promising future. Without much of your time, Anmol, I would request you to please take up this and enlighten the audience with Goldiam International. Before that, just a 30 seconds last minute statements from our side. Team as a lineup, Anmol Bansali will speak about the company and the prospects and the promising prospects that lie ahead. Post which we will open up this session for Q&A. You can post your questions in a chat window, and between me and Vedic, we'll read out those questions and seek for insightful answers and thoughts from Anmol. So without much of your time, Anmol, I'll hand over this platform to you. Would request you to take us through your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Alok. And first, I'd like to thank the Monarch team, Gaurav, Vedic, Rahul, everyone at Monarch Networth Capital for inviting me to giving me the chance to come and speak with current and prospective investors. To everyone attending the call, thank you for taking the time to attend. I hope this is an informative session. From my side, I will try my best to explain what Goldiam's business model is and what is so exciting about this company right now, and the growth trajectory that we are sitting on at the moment. So without further ado, let me start by explaining a little bit about Goldiam's history. So Goldiam is a 35-year-old plus jewelry manufacturing company. We are a 100% diamond-studded jewelry manufacturing company. At Goldiam, we have zero operations in diamond cutting, diamond manufacturing, loose diamond trading, and loose or polished diamond trading in Surat, Bharat Diamond Bulls elsewhere. Our complete focus and all that Goldiam is into jewelry manufacturing, especially value add, जहाँ पे we ourselves make the designs and export it to US and Europe markets. ज़्यादातर at Goldiam, our focus is to increase sales with US retailers. Most of our sales go to very, very famous corporate retailers in America. So on the smallest side, our smallest customer has about 100 stores, and it only builds from there. So some of you might have heard, off-price discount companies like Walmart, department stores like JCPenney, Macy's, big large format jewelry retailers like K Jewelers, Zales Jewelers in the US. ये सब हमारे customer है. We create the designs in-house at Goldiam, manufacture jewelry, and then export it to all these retailers across the world, especially in the US. At the moment, again, just to clarify, we are a 100% export company, but we have very exciting plans this year and this October to launch our domestic brand as well. So let me start with our product mix. As I mentioned, हमारे business में it's almost 100% jewelry manufacturing. 5 years ago, this used to be natural diamond jewelry manufacturing. However, lab-grown diamonds started gaining popularity about 3 to 4 years ago in the US especially. So before I explain to you and tell you what we've done in this segment, let me take a brief pause and explain what really are lab-grown diamonds. These grown diamonds are chemically, physically, and visually exactly the same as natural mined diamonds. US FTC does not allow the word fake diamonds, artificial diamonds. ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं है. You have to disclose diamond as per its origin. तो एक side पे you have natural mined diamonds और दूसरे side पे you have lab grown diamonds. Effectively, it is the exact same chemical component in both the items. What जो लोग most often बोलते हैं is that it is the difference between a naturally conceived baby and an IVF baby, test tube baby. Dono, once they are born, they are the same, right? Both are people, but the only difference is the origin. One is produced naturally, one is produced in a lab. Same way, a lot of people often give the anecdote of, give the story of ice. आपके कोका-कोला में आप क्या डालते हो? फ्रिज से आइस डालते हो या फिर आइसलैंड या डेनमार्क या नॉर्वे से आइस डालते हो? तो that is the difference, right? Because it is manufactured, lab grown diamonds, even though they are the exact same, trade at 1/10 to 1/5 the price of the natural mined counterpart. So there is a big price difference, and that is where the value lies in lab grown diamonds. Process, even at Goldiam, we have a small growing plant under one of our subsidiaries. We use a process called CVD. शायद आपने सुना होगा, it's chemical vapor deposition. So this process is what is most often used to grow lab-grown diamonds inside a lab. We are also utilizing the same process and growing these diamonds in-house at Goldiam. What is unique for us is that हमारे कंपनी में everything is under one roof. Diamonds are grown, manufactured, put into our own jewelry, and then exported with our own office in New York to large retailers in America. So वो पूरा supply chain end to end is available in only one company, and that's at Goldiam today. So before I move forward, I'll address a quick question. Most people often ask me, what about lab-grown diamond prices? They are only falling, they're only falling. So let me just address this upfront only. We believe, we very, very, very strongly believe that lab-grown diamonds prices have reached their base up to a certain size, up to 3-carat polished diamond. Up to this size, we have already reached basically diamond growing cost. यहाँ से as management and as industry veterans for many decades, we do not believe prices will fall further. We feel extremely confident, and we know this because of two things. One, हमारे अपने पास ही we have our diamond growing lab. छोटा lab है, but we have our own lab. So we know the cost of growing. और जो अभी market के prices है for 1 carat, 2 carat, 3 carat lab grown diamonds, they are as good as the cost of growing itself. तो इसके नीचे तो I don't think it will fall anymore. We feel confident. Number two, we see large companies that were very, very heavily invested in diamond growing in USA, in Israel. They have all shut down. Last 4 महीने में all of those very large lab grown growers in America and in Israel have shut their operations because today's prices do not afford growing in US or growing in Israel or growing anywhere other than India or China. On the demand side, because of the price decline and now the stability in prices, we see a huge inflow of demand coming in for lab-grown diamonds. What's effectively happened is a company like Goldiam caters to and talks to the US middle income segment. That person who comes to buy an engagement ring or comes to buy earrings for his wife or his girlfriend, they are coming with a particular budget in mind. बस इतना से ज्यादा मुझे spend नहीं करना, right? It's just that much, right? Lab grown diamonds today affords that person who otherwise would have to compromise to buy the diamond that he or she really wants to buy. मतलब solitaires have now become accessible to so many more people. This is a huge change for our industry overall. America is the largest diamond consuming country, and today more than 50% of engagement rings are now lab grown diamond rings. That is a huge difference. 5 years ago, this was in single digits. So the industry is seeing a big change, especially in America and especially in this middle income segment. We have been a beneficiary at Goldiam because we cater to these retailers who speak to middle income America, and we have at Goldiam invested ahead of time to make thousands of new designs that cater to lab grown diamond jewelry specific to lab grown diamonds itself. मतलब, if you could imagine the big change has been 5 साल पहले natural diamond jewelry में that customer used to only afford clusters. Where जो बोलते हैं, as an example, in India there is a nakshatra cluster, 9-stone cluster, 6-stone cluster, but they are small diamonds put together, not one big stone. That entire design look has moved to solitaires in America. So today, with large diamonds, because of lab grown, people are able to afford solitaire based jewelry. So Goldiam invested ahead of time. Pura design bank bana ke thousands of SKUs. We went to our retailers with a turnkey model. Aapko lab grown kholna hai. There is one company who has everything ready under the sun, including if you want diamonds grown in-house also. So this allowed us to position ourselves correctly as the industry started changing. And we believe last financial year and this financial year, the US consumer has hit that inflection point. अभी वो J curve आ गया. There was only the last 3-4 years customer and consumer awareness, education चालू हो रहा था about what is a lab grown diamond, how it is a absolutely real diamond just grown in a lab, how it is different from a natural diamond, which it is not, बस price ही अलग है. The fact that it's certified, पूरा all the buybacks, exchanges, everything that's the same in the natural diamond jewelry industry has to be applied to the lab grown diamond jewelry industry also. So as this consumer adoption started gaining ground, we believe last year and this financial year is a big J curve. We have seen that in our Q1 results also, where Goldiam has been able to take market share from our competitors. And because of our strength in lab grown diamond jewelry, we have grown much faster than our industry and then our competitors as well. A big part of our business today is also selling on e-commerce. So I'll address that very quickly. We put in our corporate deck, which is released every quarter with our quarterly financials, a matrix of how much of our business is coming from online sales. When I mean online, I mean our retailers' websites. We do not have any desire to create a website of our own in America, but we list thousands of SKUs on our retailers' websites. So as an example, Walmart.com, JCPenney.com, Case.com, Zales.com. And what we have done is we are one of the only companies who have such a strong .com business where we have invested in the factory capacity. So we tell our retailers, आपको आपके websites को strong करने हैं, you have to partner with Goldiam because we have imaging ready, all the videos ready, product feed of every item ready, and we guarantee delivery for any custom.com order, including ring sizes, within 5 to 7 business days, guaranteed. Right? This will ship to our US office, and we also tell our customers that our US office will bulk break, put the ring in your brand's packaging, and ship it to the end customer. So we call this third-party logistics. Goldiam takes care of this for our customers' e-commerce orders as well. In exchange for doing this, we were able to get much faster payment terms from some of these corporate retailers on the online segment of our business. So as we are growing and as our .com business is growing, the incremental capital needed to grow the business is lesser and lesser. It's a very good cycle for us. And we believe very strongly that this is going to help us grow with additional return benefit to our shareholders. Today, I'll also address the margin differential between lab-grown and natural diamond jewelry. So, jewelry side pay, natural diamond jewelry gives us approximately 16 to 18% EBITDA margins, versus lab-grown diamond jewelry gives us approximately 20 to 25% EBITDA margins. Right? So, as our business moves towards lab-grown, and now that prices are stable, very important, because last year it has dropped, but from the last 4 to 6 months, it's been absolutely stable. Now that prices are stable, we believe we will also get a margin benefit for the overall company as more and more part of our sales comes from lab-grown diamond jewelry. Addressing acceptance also. So today, as I mentioned, more than 50% of engagement rings in the US have moved to lab-grown diamond. Customer education has been phenomenal. Wahan pe in 3 years, the customer, especially the middle income customer, has totally already given their decision कि हमें lab-grown ही खरीदना है. They are able to afford, for the same budget, big solitaire diamonds, 1 carat, 2 carat, 3 carat. Lab-grown diamond jewelry may, for Goldiam itself, our average item that we sell, average jewelry piece, today now has 2 carats of lab-grown diamonds. That would otherwise not be affordable for the end customer we are selling to. It is a dramatic change which gives them access to a look and beauty which they all want, but was otherwise not attainable for price range. internally also हमारे लिए 2021 में Goldiam percent lab grown diamond jewelry as a percentage of our sales was maybe 5% or 5 to 10%. Today, in latest quarter, we have crossed more than 70% of our sales coming from lab-grown diamond jewelry, and we believe this trend will continue. Our mix in the next 2 or 3 years will be more than 75-80% coming from lab-grown diamond jewelry because we cater to these retailers. We are very excited that we got the chance to invest ahead of time, and we want to be the vendor and supplier of choice for all large corporate retailers in America. If they want lab-grown diamond jewelry, जो अभी सबके पास है, they will have to come increasingly to a company like Goldiam. I'll quickly now introduce our growth avenue that we are targeting. In 2024, our company is now going to start B2C operations, retail operations direct to the customer in India. So far today, just to summarize, we are at the moment 100% export company and selling B2B to large retailers in America. But as we enter India, which as management we believe will have the best growth trajectory from the next 5, 10, 20 years, we believe that we have the ability and the right to win as a retailer coming into this category. We have decades of experience making beautiful westernized jewelry, and we want to bring this talent, our sourcing capability, diamond buying capability to the Indian customer also. We are launching under the brand name Origem. Our first store will be opening hopefully by end of October itself in Borivali market in Mumbai. वहां से our plan is 6 महीने के अंदर हमें 15 स्टोर खोलना है. So 15 stores within 6 months. Equally split more or less between Mumbai, Bangalore and NCR, Delhi NCR. I think at 15 stores, we will have probably the largest FOCO company-owned store fleet for lab-grown diamond jewelry in all of India. Even though this is a nice expanded test or it's feasible, there is huge runway for growth. We are modeling this company, Origem, to be 100% diamond-studded, lab-grown diamond-studded jewelry in the range of 30,000 rupees to 2 lakh rupees. It's more similar to everyday fine fashion rather than wedding day jewelry. We don't want to target the wedding day customer right now. We believe the easiest and best opportunity for somebody to transition is in fashion, everyday fine fashion, working woman jewelry, or जो इंडिया में बोलते हैं AM to PM. You can jewelry pieces that you can wear in the office and go out at night with also. I think competitors similar in this category would be Carrot Lane, Bluestone, Melora, all the Mia by Tanishq, which are all the omni-channel and fine fashion jewelry players. We are not going to compete with the gold-heavy wedding day jewelry players. That is a very different market. So we'll be talking to the same target group that these retailers talk to, but our unique offering is that number one, we will have everything with lab-grown diamond jewelry. So that customer who wants to buy a diamond jewelry piece for 40,000 rupees has an option to buy a nice, beautiful, large size diamond. And we will be introducing and we will be focusing a lot on unique designs that we can leverage our entire experience from the US market and the Western market to bring things and innovative designs जो अभी इंडिया में नहीं है in the market through Origem. To help us with the store launch, we have gone ahead and onboarded a top-class professional team. We have a president who has joined us, who was ex-head of offline business at Melora. Before that, he was country head at Aldo, US Polo, Arvind May, and his first stint of his career was at Titan, working for 5 to 7 years there. the supporting functions, marketing, national store operations, product development, all finance, all these merchandising, all these function heads have joined us from top tier retail companies in India, including Titan, Bluestone, um, Carrot Lane, Restaurant Brands Asia, Reebok Group, all across. So we believe that marrying our experience in lab-grown diamonds along with our product sourcing capability, diamond buying capability, and our designing capability and manufacturing capability with the professional team's retail experience, retailing sahi se kaise karte hain, we believe we will have a good opportunity and a good right to win from where we can grow very quickly. From these 15 stores, our plan is to just show a blueprint. If we can show the right blueprint and show very good revenues from the first few months itself, and show that India accepts lab-grown diamond jewelry, the plan, the sky is the limit in terms of what we can achieve with the Origem brand. So we are very excited to move into the India market with B2C as well. One last point I'd like to mention before we open for Q&A is on our balance sheet, our dividend policies, and more big picture on our integrity as a company, as a promoter. So before I talk about the balance sheet, Goldiam has been in operation for more than 35 years. It's a very clean company, straight line ownership, very transparent. We have zero debt on our books, and so far we have never taken any long-term debt in our lives. Today, the company has more than 330 crores of cash lying with us in our dollar account and in clean liquid funds and debt funds. The company and us as promoters and from representing the promoter family, no matter what, to us, the most important thing, more than growth, more than chasing the right business, is to do business with integrity. We are here to stay. We are here to last. We want to be the face of jewelry manufacturing, B2B may, and now in B2C also, for the capital market community and for the investor community. In order to prove this, in the last years, we've done a lot, starting with a very clear dividend policy. 50% of our standalone profits by policy has to be distributed out. We have a great board of directors. They are empowered and they are active in discussing with management about our future plans and our strategies. And in the last 6 years, we have, through dividends and the buybacks that Goldiam has done, distributed back to shareholders 220 crores plus of capital back out of the company. Despite giving this back to shareholders, we are today sitting at an all-time high cash level and with zero debt on our balance sheet. We are extremely proud of this in our industry and in a company our size. We believe this proves that the business is right if you have the right ethics, the right morality, and invest in the right places within the jewelry manufacturing business. So this was a summary to share that I wanted to share with all our investors, with everybody on call, current and prospective investors. Goldiam has been, personally a very exciting journey for me. It's been more than 8.5 years that I've been in the company. Prior to this, I was studying at Wharton School in University of Pennsylvania in the US, and I truly believe that if you are invested in the right areas in jewelry manufacturing, this is a great return on capital business. We are also now looking forward to Origem and the launch of B2C in India. And, I hope I could give a good summary of all of our operations today. If it's okay with Alok and the Monarch Networth Capital team, I would love to open to Q&A, and I look forward to giving you the best answers possible. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Anmol, for this detailed explanation on Goldiam. You've clearly touched upon all the key aspects that me and my audience here were looking forward to, right from your history to your existing setup in terms of your business model, explaining the fact that you've been primarily export oriented and working with larger brands like Walmart, JCPenney, and some of those, Signet as well, and kind of getting your products exported to US office and then moving on to the final customer through those brands. So yeah, and also kind of more importantly, highlighting a very crucial aspect here for the fund manager, for our clients here, which is, uh, typically gems and jewelry business, unfortunately has been looked upon as a sector which is debt heavy, a sector which unfortunately has defaulted. But Goldiam has stood out well, and kind of re-emphasizes our principles of why we choose Goldiam. I mean, probably the only company that we've come across in gems and jewelry space with 300 crores plus of cash. And more importantly, you've rewarded all your shareholders uh, by giving away 200 crores plus of cash in form of dividend for last 6 years. So thank you, Anmol, for taking us through your journey, explaining what Goldiam really has done and what's there in future. I'll kind of try and pick up quickly the questions that we have here in the chat box. A very interesting question, and I personally would like to understand here, which you bit of alluded to. What is really the difference between original diamond and lab grown diamond in terms of pricing?
Okay.
Yeah, and because that's a commonly asked question, even when you kind of speak to some of the people. So I would request your thoughts here.
Great. So, quick misconception. Original diamond जैसा word तो कुछ है ही नहीं. Right? It's real, it's natural mined diamond or lab grown diamond. Real, artificial, original, ऐसे, there is no word like that. We have to differentiate based on origin. So natural या mined diamond versus lab grown diamond. So 1 carat mined diamond अभी I think 4 lakhs, 4.5 lakhs के आसपास you'll be able to find it. The same quality, same IGI certification, lab grown diamond may you will be able to get that diamond at 16,000 to approximately 15 to 16,000 rupees. ये B2B prices है. So clearly यहाँ पे there's a big difference between mined diamonds and lab grown diamonds in terms of price point. So what this affords one person who could not fulfill their aspiration कि हमें एक 1 carat का solitaire चाहिए, उनके लिए lab grown diamond is an amazing opportunity. It allows that person to buy solitaires and fulfill their aspiration. कि जो extreme उनका wish है और जो desire है, they are able to then fulfill it with lab grown jewelry.
So you're kind of really trying to reach out to the aspirational class which looks to own a diamond.
Correct.
And as you kind of highlighted here, a diamond, a natural diamond would cost something like 4 lakh rupees for 1 carat.
1 carat. Correct.
Yeah, whereas an artificial lab grown
Lab
diamond,
grown.
yeah, lab grown diamond, which by the nature of its existence is very really difficult to kind of make out between natural and artificial. Costs anywhere between 15 to 16,000.
Correct.
That's 1/5.
1/5.
Yeah,
Approx 1/5.
less than 1/5. So it's like at 15% to the lab grown diamond pricing.
Yes, even lower.
Wow. That's interesting. And if one was to really, I mean, let me just kind of move on to the next question here. So if someone was really looking at lab grown based diamond, how does the pricing differ for a ring with a natural diamond and a ring with, yeah, so some metrics there.
So jewelry में you have to understand jewelry में there are 3 components. आपके pricing में there are largely only 3 component है. एक जो gold रहता है, whether you're selling natural diamond jewelry या lab grown diamond jewelry, gold same रहता है. Gold is gold. या तो आपको 14 kT बेचना है या 18 kT या 22 kT, whatever it is, gold का content is the same, only वो weight जो रहता है in terms of grams वो differ करता है basis on the style. तो same style में whether it's natural or lab grown diamond jewelry, the gold component is the same. Second component is the labor, जो मेकिंग चार्जेस, इंडिया में हम मेकिंग चार्जेस बोलते हैं उसको, वो मेकिंग चार्जेस भी दोनों आइटम्स के लिए सेम ही रहते हैं. नंबर ऑफ स्टोन्स जो सेट करना पड़ता है, द फाइलिंग, ग्राइंडिंग, पॉलिशिंग, रोडियम, all these things जो ज्वेलरी बनाने में एक्टिविटीज एंड प्रोसेसेस ऑफ ज्वेलरी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, अगेन दोनों आइटम्स के लिए सेम ही रहते हैं. And the third thing is the diamond. That is the most important and crucial component between lab-grown jewelry and natural diamond jewelry. So, natural diamond jewelry में it is probably the most expensive thing. Correct? For example, आप अगर एक 1 carat natural diamond का solitaire ring बना दो, diamond will cost 4 lakh rupees. Gold may cost, assume 20,000 rupees. Labor will cost, assume 5,000 rupees. तो 4,25,000 में आपका रिंग फिनिश्ड ज्वेलरी बन गया. सेम थिंग इफ यू आर बाइंग इन लैब ग्रोन with margin, with with retail margin, with all of that, that same ring with gold at 20,000, labor at 5,000 rupees will be available for 60,000, if not maybe slightly lower. So that is where the opportunity is. अब 4 लाख के आइटम में 20,000 का गोल्ड खरीद रहे हो, और I'll be very clear, natural diamond भी कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोडक्ट नहीं है. That is a misconception. Gold may you get an investment value, silver may you get an investment value. Natural diamonds, it is not an investment, it is just luxury consumption. तो 4.5 lakh rupees में आपको 20,000 का गोल्ड मिलता है. In the same thing in lab grown diamonds with the same look, same IGI का सर्टिफिकेट या GI का सर्टिफिकेट जो आपको मिलता है, सेम चीज लैब ग्रोन रिंग में मिलेगा, बट in 60,000 rupees you will get 20,000 of gold. तो इवन वो इन्वेस्टमेंट माइंडसेट से, if you want to buy the same product, it is becoming more and more beneficial to just buy that product in lab grown diamond.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the optionality value is so huge here.
Correct.
I mean, a 4.25 lakh and something like 60,000.
Where the gold value
like
is the
15% off.
दोनों में gold value 20,000.
Yeah, gold value is the same.
Right, so you get more.
Correct.
More gold from what the amount you're spending in lab grown diamonds. That's what we have to also educate the customers कि आपको यहाँ पे actually ज़्यादा value नहीं मिलेगा in terms of the gold component.
Yeah, and as you rightly mentioned, there is a market for gold prices to be determined. There is no real market for anyone to determine the natural diamond pricing.
Natural diamond
And a 4
pricing is totally opaque. There is no one place जहाँ से you will find correct natural diamond pricing. It is just luxury consumption. ये जो idea है लोगों के दिमाग में that a natural diamond has investment value, it is totally incorrect. I can in fact very with confidence say that if somebody bought natural diamonds last year, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, या 10 साल पहले भी, they have not made any money in terms of return on that investment. तो ये investment product नहीं है, ये luxury consumption है. You are fulfilling an aspiration. You are fulfilling the desire of a lady, right? That is where we believe lab grown will win. Origem also, wedding market या wedding jewelry market के पीछे नहीं भाग रहे, because the wedding jewelry market in India is still very much plain gold. They are looking for investment. Emotional value बहुत high होता है, and they are looking to gift in the form of jewelry a large sum of money. और वो gold से very clearly हो सकता है, where the value of money also is maintained. Right? So we don't believe that this market will move to lab grown quickly, but there is a huge studded market and a very big market for everyday fine jewelry. To us, ये market जो everyday fine jewelry का है, at 30,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, going up to 2 lakhs, that is the right market for lab grown to win.
Sure. So and you rightly mentioned this, that in US, lab-grown diamond market has seen a rampant growth in the last 18 months to 24 months time frame.
Correct.
And if
Very,
India
very
was to kind
strong.
of, yeah,
It
and if India,
takes, हाँ, वो
sorry,
3
sorry,
साल लग
please,
गए
please.
to educate the US customer. अभी there is no stopping them. I don't think. In fact, I'll tell you as an example, in one of our largest customers, US में, one of the biggest jewelry retailers in America, they have told us, उन्होंने कहा है, do not bring natural diamond new designs to us now. Just bring lab grown diamond jewelry के नए design. Right? So I think there is a clear shift, and that customer in our segment, right, हमारे segment में, has just decided कि उनको lab grown नहीं खरीदना है. They want solitaires, they want to be beautiful without
Correct.
in their budget and without killing their wallet.
Sure, sure. While I'll get into Q&A session, just an academic question here. The more the lab-grown diamond, the better is the working capital in terms of inventory, the cash capital requirement there. Would that
Yes,
be
you
safe
could.
to say?
Yes, you could say that also. Absolutely, because there's a higher component
And
of
that is the
risk.
reason why you are able to, yeah, perfect. And that attributes to better margin in your lab-grown, artificial lab-grown base diamond market.
Yes, lab grown, right.
Sure. Okay. Sure. I mean, I'm just kind of flooded with a lot of questions. Let me take up some interesting ones here. You talked about Origem being launched starting October with 15 stores pipelined over the next 6 months and in markets of Bombay, Bangalore, and NCR, right? Could you help us understand what's the typical investments that we're looking into each of this each of these setups, and how would that look like from a inventory from other costs?
Perfect. So I'll break it up. To open one store, और ये मैं average बात कर रहा हूँ. So your bigger stores या franchise stores will be little bit more, and your छोटे stores या mall based stores ये number से थोड़े कम रहेंगे. But I'll give an average. So average पे inventory per store जो हम रखने वाले हैं will be about 2.5 to 2.7 crores at cost value. More than 1 crore of this is gold, जो हम GML साइन कर रहे हैं, गोल्ड मेटल लोन जो सब बैंक्स हमें देते हैं, we'll be using GML to ensure that we do not get negatively impacted with gold price fluctuation. We are going to leverage GML for that. So 2.5 to 2.75 crores per store at cost will be inventory. फिर जो fit out cost है दुकान बनाने के लिए, that should be about 50 to 60 lakhs वो रेंज में, और रेंटल डिपॉजिट 40 लाख के आसपास रहेगा. तो नेट इन्वेस्टमेंट पर स्टोर will be 3.5 to 3.75 crore. अगेन ये एवरेज है, बड़े स्टोर्स इससे थोड़ा ज्यादा हो सकता है और छोटे स्टोर्स इससे थोड़ा कम.
Right.
We believe that this is the right model and the right figure, where if we get the sales we are expecting, we will be with a higher margin, giving best return metrics in the jewelry industry. मतलब compared to, because हम lab grown diamond jewelry नहीं जा रहे, we are modeling a slightly higher gross margin, और वो higher gross margin will allow us two things. Number one, break even period कम हो जाएगा and it will be fast for the brand to break even. And number two, once stores are open and operationalized और revenue consistent रहता है, stable रहता है, nice, good size revenue stable रहता है, we will be able to deliver best return on capital. मतलब payback period एकदम ही कम हो सकता है. जो ज्वेलरी स्टोर्स में 4 साल 5 साल शायद लग जाते हैं पेबैक पीरियड में, we will target once it's operational कि 3 साल के अंदर, if not even less, we will be able to deliver that payback period for our investment on per store basis.
Right. And the entire of capital requirement for setting up this 15 stores is lying on a balance sheet in form of.
Correct. 330 करोड़ के आसपास ऑलरेडी कैश और कैपिटल है बैलेंस शीट में at Goldiam. We have that lying with us, liquid fund में, debt fund में, very, very clear and ready to be invested.
Sure. So it's not going to be capex intensive business. It's going to be capital which is already lying on a balance sheet. Right.
Even when we have to open new stores, Alok, one very exciting thing is because your gross margin is higher, ये business में, even when you want to open your 20th store, your 21st store, your existing store fleet will be able to pay that money quickly. Right?
Correct.
It will be able to generate profits and enough sales and then enough profit कि आपके नए store expansion existing stores ही अपने आप कर सकते हैं on their own
Correct.
sides. So that is the unique part of this model and what the unique part of what lab-grown diamond jewelry will allow us to build.
Sure. And clearly from a competition perspective, we've heard about artificial lab grown based diamond market in India, though that's been largely unorganized, scattered, and in hands of few. Are there any recognized large brands which are into artificial lab-based grown diamond? I mean, would we compete with likes of Tanishq, Senko, or any of those things? Or
Yes. So the good thing is कि lab-grown diamond jewelry में national level और national scale पे playing across India एक भी बड़ा brand नहीं है that is in the lab-grown diamond jewelry space. Right? It is we believe that they will enter only when someone like us has proved the market and reached a large enough scale to show कि yes, ये category भी jewelry के लिए बन सकती है and that people will love lab-grown diamond jewelry. So we are looking forward to that. But until that point, we don't see large national retailers like Tanishq, Kalyan, Malabar, etc. coming into the lab-grown category. That is a great advantage for us because next 2 या 3 साल के लिए we believe we will have runway, free runway to grow and to establish that if a customer, India में, if an end consumer उनको lab grown खरीदना है, we want them to establish that the place to go is Origin. Right? So that gives us good runway and good traction for the next 2-3 years. But yes, हर बड़े शहर में, Mumbai, Calcutta, Bangalore, there is one, two store के छोटे retailers that have opened. But again, national scale पे अभी भी I don't see anybody who is capable of launching a full fleet retail network.
sure. So in that sense, we clearly have a first mover advantage. And this first mover advantage and the confidence comes from the fact that we've been in markets where India is trying to copy that. Right? I
Correct.
mean, right from fashion to food, Indians have copied what is there in Western markets.
Correct.
And you've seen that in US, lab-grown markets have really kind of taken a hockey
Taken
stick
off.
or a J-curve
Taken
recovery. And wow, so that really looks promising in terms of what is the future here for lab-grown diamond. But tell me here one thing, and this is also a part of the question. Is that not really in that case? I mean, does this sector then not have entry barriers?
So B2C में, I think the general idea is the brand is the entry barrier. Can you be a trusted name on the gold side, on the diamond side, that and create capture space in terms of the user and the consumer's mind share? Can you capture their mind share? That is the job of a brand, right? That is the biggest moat of a brand. So in terms of entry barriers, I think, of course, बहुत सारे entry barriers है. एक तो, capital required to go and build the stores. दूसरा, can you do it on a national scale? Can you be scalable? ये 15 stores है. Do we see vision to go to 300, 350 stores in the next 5 years? यही हमारा plan है, right? At a certain scale, it is just the fact that we are there and others have not reached there. वो ही सबसे बड़ा moat हो सकता है. Right, so we believe being an early mover and becoming synonymous. अगर एक consumer को lab grown चाहिए, तो they know they can only come with trust to Origin. That is what we want to build. And of course, jewelry industry में the most important thing I believe is always design. Personally, मैं भी हमारे design department में बहुत time spend करता हूँ. Design is crucial. If you don't have good designs, if people are not liking your design, if you cannot attract the customer, दोनों B2B में and in B2C with Origem, then any jewelry company won't do good business in the long run. So I think that will also be very unique. When we launch in end October before Diwali, I think all of our consumers will see the type of designs we are bringing. It is like the best of the Western world, inspired by Tiffany, Kraft, ये एकदम top level brands, right? Designs that they would do, we are bringing in Origem at that 50,000, 80,000, 1 lakh rupee price point. I think it today that design is not available only in India.
Wow, this now really sounds very exciting. And you did speak about taking that number from 15 to 300 or a bigger number 5 years from now. So I'm sure you have a very great business plans there. And then you've added the strongest of the team to kind of really take this B2C segment of Goldiam ahead. Quickly, you're just trying to kind of take up this question from one of the investor. I mean, you did speak about competitors in India, but can you just throw some light on some kind of competition in US and Israel markets? And what is our USP? I mean, how do we stand out to some of this competition in US, even on B2B, and say to some bit of that in B2C market?
So I will not comment on B2C market in Western countries. So US में Goldiam's full business is only B2B. तो हम उसके बारे में ही बात करते हैं. The biggest jewelry supply chain for US retailers is in India. Right? Biggest jewelry supply chain. We are located in Seeps, Andheri East में. Between Seeps, Surat and Jaipur, most of the jewelry that the US retailers buy comes from these regions. The industry is fragmented. यहाँ पे बहुत ही competition है, बहुत सारे छोटे players भी हैं. But we are seeing that COVID के time से till today, the small players are vanishing. और जो larger players हैं, जिनके पास infrastructure है, distribution है, .com कैपेबिलिटी है कि 5 दिन में वो लोग ज्वेलरी बना के कस्टम ज्वेलरी बना के यूएस भेज सकते हैं. ये लोग, राइट, एंड ये कंपनियां लाइक गोल्डियम आर गेनिंग ग्राउंड. दे आर गेटिंग बिगर एंड दे आर टेकिंग मार्केट शेयर अवे फ्रॉम स्मॉल कंपनीज हु डू नॉट हैव दिस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. टुडे आवर यूएस ऑफिस गोल्डियम यूएसए इनकॉर्पोरेटेड जो न्यूयॉर्क में है, we operate a very lean team, but our team has great relationships with some of the largest US buyers for jewelry on the retail side, right? कोई भी छोटी company cannot even get there, right? To come to New York, build the office, build distribution capability, build infrastructure, or फिर get the right people so that those people can go build relationship US buyers के साथ is a big challenge. So competition B2B में definitely है, but I know very clearly कि competition आने वाले 5 सालों में कम होता जाएगा. Right? The smaller companies are going away and the bigger companies are taking share from them.
Sure, interesting. And just a point here, we spoke about those seeds.
Yes, diamond seed.
Yeah, diamond seeds. Kind of, do we really produce them at our seeds plant, or we really get the lab grown diamonds and then kind of use that into our jewelry?
Yes, so
And
diamond
is there a way to
seed.
kind of sorry, yeah, please.
I'll take a quick step back and I'll tell the audience here. Diamond seed is 100% pure diamond. मतलब एक भी impurity नहीं है. 100% pure. वैसे छोटे पतले plates में आते हैं. That's why they're called seed. It's usually 0.3 या 0.4 millimeters thick. तो एकदम ही पतले हैं. right? That is the starting raw material for the process of growing diamond. तो वो seeds आपको हमारे reactors में डाल के reaction चालू करना है, and under high temperature, high pressure, अलग अलग गैस के मिक्सचर डाल के ये प्रोसेस चालू हो जाता है, and the diamond seed grows vertically and becomes rough lab grown diamond. तो यही process है to grow a diamond. It is exactly the same as the end product is exactly the same as natural diamond. If you can imagine, it is like taking a natural diamond जो इतना पतला है and just expanding it vertically. तो उसको बस लंबा खींचते हैं.
Yeah.
Diamond seeds are very important and crucial because they are high quality and they are one of the key things that determine the quality of the diamonds being grown. So we at Goldiam, we have a small factory that is 100% captive consumption. That factory buys diamond seeds from Japan, from Israel, from Turkey, and has some vendors in India also. So we have a well distributed chain जहां से हम ये diamond seeds खरीदते हैं.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, thanks, Anmol. I mean, some interesting questions getting lined up. Can you just throw some light on, the durability, the appearance, and the quality aspect of lab-grown diamond? I mean, you did speak about the fact that a natural diamond and a lab-grown diamond, it's really very difficult to make out.
So naked eye
which
पे
is
आप
what?
लोग naked eye पे and even with a jeweler's loop जो ऐसे यहाँ पे रहते हैं, these loops, it is impossible to
Okay.
tell the difference between a natural diamond and a lab-grown diamond. In order to
Right.
differentiate them, आपको एक $1 lakh का machine खरीदना पड़ेगा. In that range, many machines are available, but very, very expensive lab machine. या तो आपको IGI या GI को वो स्टोन भेजने पड़ेंगे. They have these machines and they will tell you. तो गोल्डियम में भी हमारे पास ऐसे 2-3 मशीन है for our business, which is natural diamond jewelry. It is, if I can ask you, if a person is born, has been conceived via natural methods or via test tube or IVF methods, what is the
Yeah.
difference in that person once they are born? There is zero difference. Both are people, both have hair, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 nose, 1 mouth. Correct? No difference. Exact same. Right? That is the difference between natural diamond and lab grown diamond.
Sure. I mean, a quick question here, so with the way lab-grown prices have kind of stabilized, and we are seeing that price recovery vis-a-vis the natural diamond, where we're still talking about price correction. Where do we see this price gap bridging through? I mean, you've been in this industry for good 2 decades, getting into India in B2C. What do you see lab-grown diamond market prospects over the next 3 to 5 years?
Great. So, first question, the difference between lab-grown diamond ka price or natural diamond ka price. I think lab-grown diamonds will trade between 5% to 15% of the same size, same quality natural diamond. Even as natural diamond prices fall, this may go from 5% to 10%, or 10% to 15%. Bas. I don't think natural diamonds will then keep reducing, but I don't think either product upar jayega. These are, you have to understand, both natural diamond and lab grown diamond. It is just luxury consumption. These are not commodities. These should not inherently have price fluctuations. They are as good, both are as good as manufactured items. So I see between 5% to 15%, lab-grown diamonds will be that much of the value of the natural diamond. Or prospects देखो तो I think the sky is the limit. US में the kind of demand जो हम देख रहे हैं, the kind of demand जो ground पे visible है, customers जो natural diamond खरीदते थे, they've all moved to lab-grown diamond. I think India will be an even bigger market as the Indian consumption story plays out. Next 10 साल में what happens to the Indian middle class, the Indian upper middle class, it's going to be just the biggest mega trend of consumption And for our economy, there is nothing better than lab-grown diamond. Hello?
Sure. Yeah, Anmol. Yeah. So,
And
I'll just,
sorry, I was saying, Alok, for
yeah,
our economy, there's nothing better than lab-grown diamond. And very importantly, one exciting part, lab-grown diamonds जो हम बेचने वाले हैं, especially 1 carat and higher sizes, पूरे के पूरे इंडिया में ही grow होते हैं. Right? It's a really unique and amazing thing for even our entire economy. Please go ahead, Alok.
yeah. No. So, I mean, Anmol, this discussion can go on and on, but we have to respect your time. Just one last quick question from our side. I mean, we've got a long list, a tail of questions here, but an interesting one is, we've seen finance ministers speak about lab-grown diamonds in budget speech. We've seen our beloved Prime Minister of India gift a lab-grown diamond to the First Lady of US. What is it that you look at in terms of SOPs from Government of India, the kind of incentives that can
Hello?
sector really get through for this sector to really bloom or so my question here is, what are you really looking in terms of incentives from Government of India?
So, Alok, I don't think for us, as we move into a retail brand, हमें कोई incentives really नहीं चाहिए. It's not needed. The company is positioned and the brand is positioned कि कोई incentives आए तो अच्छा है, right? The government has given a very good green light to the whole industry by even mentioning it. Or our FM Nirmala Sitaraman ji has even mentioned lab-grown diamond sector in her budget. I think this
Yeah.
is a big mark of approval to the sector that we really appreciate. In terms of SOPs or incentives, honestly, the government has done a great thing by reducing the duty on gold. So the price of gold for the consumer has come down and is now very, very, very comparable. एकदम मतलब marginal difference ही है compared to international rates. So that is a great thing for the Indian consumer. जैसे हम inventory बनाना चालू करेंगे, it will help bring down our working capital also. वो duty component तो अभी हमारे लिए it's not applicable. We have no one-time loss on any gold because अभी तक तो हमारा पूरा इन्वेंट्री SEZ में ही है इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स के लिए एट इंटरनेशनल गोल्ड प्राइस. जैसे अभी हम रिटेल चालू करने वाले हैं, वी हैव ओनली जस्ट स्टार्टेड बाइंग गोल्ड डोमेस्टिक मार्केट में विथ द फुल एप्लीकेबल ड्यूटी. तो इट्स been a great boost as a one-time measure, and I have to appreciate the government for enhancing jewelry for making it more affordable for the Indian consumer.
Yeah. So, Anmol, I still have some questions unanswered, but I'll request all the participants whose questions have not been answered to drop us an email. We'll kind of reach out to management and try and get those responses to you. Due to the paucity of time, that was the last question from our side. We would like to thank Anmol for taking out his time and enlightening us with what really has been the journey for Goldiam International and the promising future through the B2B and the B2C segment through Oricam that you have envisaged. And we wish you all the best from Monarch Networth and all of the people on the call for your future. We look forward to such continued engagements. Thank you, Anmol. Thank you all for joining in. With this, we conclude our session. Thanks,
Thank
Anmol.
you. Thank you to the Monarch Network Capital team for inviting me and giving me the chance to speak. Or whoever could take the time out to come, I thank you so much for attending, and apologies in advance if we could not get to all the questions. We look forward to your engagement and to your participation. Thank you.
Thanks, Anmol. Thanks. Thank you all. With this, we conclude this call.